Okay, there we go. Now I got some light going on. Hey y'all. It's late. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm out here working. Alright, this is what I wanted to talk about. Sorry, the lighting's not really all that great. I'm driving a cab. But what I wanted to talk about was, it's kind of quick. I gotta know, man. I mean, what is everybody thinking with this whole, one, the whole deal with when flights are overbooked and they got to put people on the flight. That well, most people don't know because they don't really read the contract, that they click the OK button just to get the ticket. Instead of reading that contract, as you read that contract, you'd understand that part of the deal is if they need to get flight crew to some other part of the country, then you need to give up your seat and you can be kicked off that flight. One, they were asking a lot of people, and I know this is, kind of a couple of, like a week or two old or whatever, but they need to get their employees to another destination in the country so that those people can go to work, get their job done, pay their bills. Most of the time when you're on that flight, most people aren't on those flights for business travel. There are some that are. But again, here's the deal. One, that's one of the things I want to talk about. Another thing is the whole deal in Orlando with the overbooking for Spirit Airline. I mean, come on. Y'all want to basically get into a straight up frickin' brawl in the airport because of a plane ticket? There's a lot more things in this world to be fighting about. To get into a brawl at an airport over some overbooking, I mean, what are people thinking? That makes zero sense to me. It really does. Back to the overbooking thing, though. Here's the thing with that, with the one on United, I think it was. But back to that. They were offering people $1,000. Not just to get, they were offering you $1,000 plus they were going to get you to your destination a little bit later on in the day. That's $1,000. You know what kind of bills you can pay with that? I mean, that's a couple of car payments. I'm pretty daggone sure on like an SUV or something. I don't know. I don't buy brand new cars. But even still, I know that's at least 2 car payments. Could possibly be 3 car payments at $1,000. I mean, come on. And then just a couple of days ago, you have 2 people fighting on the airplane, and you end up knocking over this poor girl from Southwest who is there working. And here's something too. Here's something that a lot of people don't realize. When it comes down to, let's say there is somebody on that plane that's trying to hurt everybody. Let's say there's a terrorist on that plane, right? What you guys that are flipping out, acting like little spoiled, rotten children, what you don't realize is those flight crews, they're the first line of defense when it comes down to it. When it comes down to your safety on that plane, they are the ones that have to sacrifice their selves to save you, the people that are flipping out and acting like fools. My whole thing on it is this. You got people flipping out over everything and just acting damn fools for no real justifiable reason. You know what? You had to get somewhere. Or better yet, you wanted to get somewhere. But to act like an idiot and flip out and have a damn straight up like old school WWE Royal Rumble in an airport, I mean, just straight beating the mess out of each other, for what reason? I mean, what did it accomplish you in the end? Some jail time, most likely, and quite possibly, especially when it comes to that fight on the actual airplane, you hit flight crew. That means you end up on the no-fly list. So guess what? Now you're a little panicky, acting like a fool, but don't get to fly nowhere at all. Not on a United States airline. I mean, I know a lot of this is just sounds like rambling because I'm bouncing back and forth between some things, but ultimately what I'm trying to say here, folks, is we need to start acting like the grown adults that you are. If you can't act like that, stay in your house, don't come out in public, and stop making it hard on everybody else out here who's trying to be a decent human being. Thank you. Y'all have a good night. Goodbye.